Hey guys, this is Ish, and in today's video I'll be talking about scripting, which is a very classical law of attraction technique that you can use to manifest things that you want to happen in your life. So the idea of scripting is very simple. You're going to be writing a script, a scenario from your life of something that you want to have happen in your life as if it's already happened. So for example, if you want to be a millionaire, you would write from the viewpoint of already being a millionaire, and you write about what you do in your day, how you'd spend the money, for example, and different things like that. Another example, for example, is if you want to attract a soulmate in your life, you would write the things you'd be doing as if you already have that soulmate. For example, you'd say, hey, today I got dinner with my soulmate Rachel, and we went to this Japanese restaurant down the street, and we had really nice food, and we talked about blah blah blah. And you write a whole. I recommend even more than a page of writing, but you write an entire scenario of what you would be doing as if you already had that goal achieved. So this is a very powerful technique because your mind doesn't know the difference between imagining a reality or actually experiencing it in the real world, right? So this is a very powerful concept, and this can be used to your advantage because you can write scenarios, and we attract not what we want, but we attract what we are. So if you can radiate the energy out into the universe of what you have already achieved, right, or what you're already experiencing, you'll get more of it. And as you know, I'm a big fan of the author Fred Dodson, and in his book Reality Creation and Manifestation, just pull this up, he had this little quote here that says, deep programming of your subconscious, which by the way is very powerful and can really change your perspective on things if you can know how to program your subconscious. Deep programming requires imagery and emotions, not only reason and logic. So when you're writing these scripts down onto your notebook, I recommend really thinking about it in your mind's eye of actually sensing it with all your senses. So if you're having dinner with that perfect soulmate, you would imagine seeing him or her. You would imagine the sounds of the things around, like the ambiance if you're in a restaurant, and using all your senses as well, so imagery too. And this really creates a very strong energy out in the universe and like pulls that back into you. So I recommend having a dedicated notebook just for scripting. I have one right here, and I write pages and pages of just different stories and scripts that I want to achieve. So yeah, I had a whole notebook of that. So scripting is very powerful just because, on a practical standpoint, forget the spiritual side of it. On a practical standpoint, you're tuning your mind for opportunities that align with what you're thinking of and writing as if you already experienced it. So I've actually used scripting myself to manifest the apartment that I'm living in right now. So one of the priorities that I wanted was having an apartment where there's a patio outside so I can meditate outside. And this is something I write about. So I write a whole page about today I woke up in my nice apartment with the patio outside, so I'd imagine what I'd be doing, and I'd open the door and I'd walk into another room, and I'd walk outside to the patio, and I describe basically step by step the ideal scenario of the apartment that I wanted. Right? And it tuned my brain to look at these specific things, these specific aspects I was writing about. So I eventually manifested this, awesome apartment here. And I'm also writing about different things just on a day-to-day basis. And the practice of scripting is really nice for manifesting things, but also it's really nice just to raise up your mood as well. So if you can imagine writing your ideal scenario where you're really happy and all that as well, that can be a great way to elevate your mood. So scripting is an amazing practice. I recommend having fun with it as well. So I like using, when I want to write, I've invested in the fountain pens. So this is a TWSBI Eco pen. So it's really nice. It's a nice fountain pen that flows really nice, and I enjoy writing because I'm going to be scripting a lot. So I took the time to invest a pen that would write well. So I think this is only like $30 on Amazon as well. So I have another pen just like this, so got two of them. One of them is green ink and one of them is red. So really have fun with it. I even have different notebooks as well. So I have one here just for fountain pens that holds ink pretty well. And this is a practice that can be done every day. And what you'll find is that when you get into the habit of scripting every day, you'll rely more on your internal internal imagination more than outside reality, right? And that's a very big concept in and of itself. It's something I can talk about in a different video. But the more you can focus on your internal imagination and your internal reality, the less you're swayed by outside things. So if you want to get a new job, for example, out of state, right? Your external environment will tell you, no, I can't do it. There's no way they'll accept me, blah, 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 right? And there's all these, from what you see outside, there's no way you can achieve that, right? You have no proof of evidence. But the more you can hone in on the internal, and the more you can script it down, and the more you can really believe in your internal environment from scripting and doing these other things, the better chance that it can actually happen to you. Because usually if you haven't achieved things yet, it's only because it's coming. And most of the times we just stop, we just give up. We're like, it hasn't achieved yet, so we just give up. But so by focusing more on the internal reality, you can better manifest things more easily. And this is a very good practice that I recommend doing every day, like I mentioned. And another key concept here is that when you do script, you want to make sure that it's in the past tense. So obviously you want to write as if you'll achieve something. So you're going to write that today I did this and blah, 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 rather than I'm going to do this and this. Because if you write in the future tense, then you're placing the thing that you want up here, and there's a gap. You haven't achieved it yet. And that's telling your brain that the thing that you want is very hard to achieve because there's time involved and there's more things you need to do to achieve it. But if you already write in the past tense as if you've already achieved it, then it tells your brain that this is something that comes to me naturally, it's something I've already achieved, give me more of this. And that's something that you will find. You'll attract more of what you are, right? The only small exception for that is if you are imagining a conversation and you're going to write that down, then I would recommend writing in the present tense. So you write, today I was talking to Joe and he said this and this, and then I said that, and then I picked up my pen and then I did this. And you want to write in the present tense because it's more realistic to your mind. So that's the only exception. But this is a very great practice, and I hope you enjoy writing as much as I do. And if you have any questions or if you'd like to see more law of attraction type videos, feel free to send me a message and I will take a look at that.